get started with our afternoon presentations. Our next presenter is Dr. Laurie Scarlatos, and she's a professor in the Department of Technology and Society. And Laurie won a new Stony grant, the Innovative Instruction and Technology grant this past year. And she will be discussing her project in game-based simulation.
Hi. So this is a Stony Brook project. And it started out when I first met Alex Orlov, who's over in the Materials Science Department. He teaches some introductory classes, and one thing he likes to do is get students to think about the impact of the production and transport of various materials on the environment. Just sort of a way of connecting science and society. And I'm someone who likes to build games, so I thought, oh, we could do this. And then I found Arnott van der Ridge, who is interested in the sociology side of how do people use social media, and David Tonjes, he's also in my department, and he's very interested in life cycle analysis, waste management. So that's how we all happen to come together for this particular project, and everybody else on here are students who have been very important to this whole thing. So the purpose of this set of tools is to link material science to environmental issues. And it's meant to be used at a number of levels. We can use it in introductory courses, and we are this semester using it at an introductory level for the freshman seminars. But the idea is to extend this so that it can be used by material science students to propose new solutions to different types of problems. So, of course, material science is a very big area. We thought we would focus on something everyone has familiarity with, and that's beverage containers. If you go to the SAC and you want to get a cup of coffee, what do? Do you use styrofoam? Do you use paper? Should you get something in a can or a bottle if you want iced coffee? And so these are the types of things we want students to be thinking about. All these slides have links to the internet. I think what I'll do is I'll go through the slides first to make sure that I don't run out of time, and then I can show you these other things. So the focus of this is a wiki. We implemented it using TikiWiki on a server that we have over in the engineering building. And the idea is that this is a place where students can share what it is that they're learning about the environmental impact of these materials used in containers, beverage containers. In addition to the wiki, we have a casual game, which I'm going to show you, and we also have a energy, It's a carbon footprint calculator focused on beverage containers, but it's still under production, so I can't show you that one yet. But in addition, because we have freshmen who have to create a wiki, we have several videos that we produced that are on YouTube that show them how to do that, and I'll show that to you later. This is our casual game. We call it Container Chaos, and it's one of those stupid games that you play on the internet. So you have containers falling, and you have to click on them to get rid of them, and you gain points for all the ones you click on. But if you miss any and they hit the ground, they pollute the earth. And the amount of pollution depends on their carbon footprint. And so, yes, I will show that to you later. And then, so going along with all of this, we're running a sociological experiment. And the way the question of the experiment is, does the ability to reward teammates encourage better participation in social media? So we are using this in 4 sections of ITS 1-2, which is the freshman seminar, has a cap of 18 students in each section. And in addition, we're using it in sociology 330. So it's upper level, but it's people who don't know about material science, and that has over 100 students. So altogether, we have over 200 students. What we've done is we've taken each group, we've created separate wikis for the students to work on and assign them to the wikis such that nobody gets to work with anyone that they're in class with. And so we have over 70 wikis, each with 3 people in it. We've given them explicit instructions about how to use a particular color to show who has done what. And half the groups have the ability to reward one another using something like this. And so the idea is if someone's done a good job, you can give them points. And it's there for them to see. And the question is, does this motivate them more than the wiki that doesn't have this showing? And so we will see at the end of the semester. We did have over 100 students sign the consent form. We had them fill out surveys at the beginning of the class. We'll have them fill out surveys at the end. So I think we're going to have a really good data set to work with. I think that's my last slide. Did I go through all of it? Probably. How do I go back? Oh, I'll start it up again. And so now I can go through and show you each of these things. So, of course, learning to use a wiki can be non-trivial. TikiWiki has a particularly nice interface, and so, whoops, I advanced too fast. What happened? All right, I'll show you that later. We'll do container chaos first. And, yeah. And so this is what it looks like. It shows on the left the different containers that you have. And of course the display here doesn't let me show everything, but you can see that there are 5 different types that are very easy to distinguish from one another. And it turns out that we are looking at the carbon footprint based on manufacture and transportation. And so the results are not what you would expect. Styrofoam actually has the lowest impact, and glass bottles have the highest impact, just looking at that factor. And so now that we've seen this, and people are saying, hey, what does that mean? Alex is going back and saying, well, okay, we can also consider the impact on air quality, water quality, and ground level pollution. So we're going to be factoring that in. The game is going to change a little bit, but this is how it goes right now. Oh, we don't have any sound. That's all right. It's a cute little song. There we go, that's fine. Okay. So you notice I get different points for different containers. And so we decided what we would do is we would normalize the values of these. Ultimately, we would like to have this system set up so that if people come up with new materials or new container designs, they can insert those into the game. And if those add less pollution, then you have more time to choose more of these containers. Of course, as you can see, they go pretty fast. And every time you go to a new level, they fall more frequently. So you see styrofoam is just going to add a little bit of pollution, and the gauge will go up. Why wasn't the gauge going Now I see the pollution. And so you can notice the pollution rising on the bottom. And so the amount that it rises is proportional to the amount of carbon that's being added to the environment. So the glass bottle adds over 300 grams grams of carbon for that size glass bottle. The styrofoam only adds 22, so it's all proportional. And so this goes up and eventually fills up, and then they get the chance to play over and over again. The idea behind this is, yes, it's a stupid game, but the thing is, people who want to have higher scores, they learn to recognize what choices will get them a higher score. And so we hope that through playing this, students will come to recognize that's a good choice, that's a bad choice. So we'll see if it actually works. So I can close this. All right. Yeah. Try this again. So I wanted to show you these videos. Yes. And so we do have our own YouTube channel. It's Enviropedia.edu. And so there's an overview. There's one on how to navigate the history, because you want to be able to see what have people been doing in the wiki. It's a big part of the wiki. And then a longer section on how to edit. And so I thought I'd just show you the overview. It's only about a minute.
Under the Students tab, click on Instructions to find weekly assignments. To get to your group wiki, hover over Student Wiki, then click on your group name under the Students tab. Use the sandbox to practice entering text into the wiki page. To view information on the wiki syntax, click on the Wiki Syntax Help link. Thank you for watching.
So, pretty simple, but the nice thing about having this online is that if students get confused, they can always go back and do it later. And so, this link actually takes us to the wiki. So things that we want to add to this for future development. As I said, right now we're just using it at an introductory level. We would like to have a place where students can do online research about materials, propose ideas to one another, have a conversation about it, and then we're going to have sort of an inventor's page, which is going to highlight the best student work. It will also have a leaderboard for the best scores with the game. And as I said, you will be able to swap out containers to maximize your potential point earning ability. And so that's it. Unless you want to see more of this, or should I leave it for questions? Okay, thank you.